Okay, crew. I was talking at work last week about maybe doing a video touring through my garden with all the veggies and stuff that I've been bragging about at work. So I thought I'd give it a go. All right, I'm gonna start in my kitchen area. This is the downstairs kitchen. I use this one. We use this one for growing some hydroponic stuff and seedlings under lights and stuff. Usually the hydroponics are for like herbs and stuff that don't handle the weather outside. We've got lettuces growing, so we can have lettuce in winter. You are going to be tracked by my dogs as we do this little tour because they will not leave me alone. Down the bottom we've got some seedlings going on, a bit of broccoli, cauliflower, onions, all the winter crops basically starting up now. Dehydrator, fixing up some foods. Normally we've got a guard in here. The guard is this little fella up here, Terrence. He's going for a bit of a wander at the moment up the hallway, but he'll come back because there's always insects around the hydroponics. Actually, before we go out, fridge with beetroot that I've been canning, jalapenos. Over here we've got some pickles, some dried plums. All the stuff from my garden that we like to keep and eat. I've done a dungeon tour before, so I won't do that now. But in the larder, pickles, sauces, jars for pickles and sauces, a lot of stuff. Down the other end here, we've got some little rooms, which are really handy for storing pumpkins, potatoes, onions, garlic, all that sort of stuff. This is our courtyard garden. A lot of these were ripped out today and refilled. So previously this had snow peas. Over there we had cucumbers, carrots, all sorts of things. Right now this one is being loaded up with silver beet. This one's got carrots. When we had this one full of carrots last year, we had more carrots than we could eat. It was absolutely crazy. The dogs love carrots, as it turns out. Swinging through here, mandarin tree. Sorry, a bit close, but you see a lonely mandarin over there. It's heaps of new green stuff growing up in there. So we'll have a big crop this year. This is my capsicums and peppers bed. It's a little bit overloaded. Got the bullhorn peppers here, capsicums around here. Got some jalapenos. Some of them are going red. Some little Asian orange chili things, more capsicums, because why not? Actually giving a go eggplant. So this is the eggplant bed. So you can see there's a few little ones growing in there. They're a little bit late. Everything's a little bit late this year because we had some frosts in November and killed our first round of seedlings. So these are our second batch. Nasturtiums on the end, always good to companion plant. These are normally flowering. And when they're flowering, you get all the bees, which gives you more crop. This is our experiment bed. We've got, I need to put these in today, bok choy. Bok choy, some leeks, a cauliflower and broccoli. That's our blueberry. We had a good harvest off that this year. It's going to sit there for a while and grow. Over to the nursery area. This is a bunch of different things. There's pig face, which you can actually eat. I've tried it. I do not recommend it. It's not very tasty. Fig in a pot, because we can't stop growing figs for some reason. This is a bush herb, an Australian bush herb that kind of tastes a bit like a mint, I think. Lemongrass, ginger, a few other things. We're going over to the little orchard. We're going to plant way more stuff here. Plum tree, empty now. I harvested a big bucket of yellow plums off this. That's for the dried plums in the kitchen now. Pomegranates. There are lots of half-eaten ones. I don't know if you can see those there. Because the king parrots love them. And to be honest, we like the king parrots, so they can come and eat pomegranates all they like. We do have bagged up a few there so we can eat some ourselves. That was a nashi pear. We picked a bunch of nashis only today. and I'm going to make pear crumble during the week. It's going to be delicious, I'm sure. I've already eaten some of the pears. They are really nice. Another plum. This one's another pear, I believe. We didn't actually get any fruit off either of these two because the cockatoos ate them. This one's a loquat. Hiding in here is a fig that just randomly grew. Kind of letting it. They're a bit hard, a bit annoying. They keep popping up everywhere, to be honest. These are the berries. A couple of different types of raspberries growing there. This is their first year, so they're not actually growing anything yet. In terms of fruit, they're just sort of establishing themselves. Rhubarb. This is our sort of potatoes and pumpkins. There's sweet potatoes growing there. Potatoes in the back. Most of them are dying off now, which is perfect. We're ready to harvest all those potatoes. We had to put the fence around because it turns out my dogs like digging up and eating potatoes. It doesn't make them feel very well, but they do it anyway. And then of course pumpkins. You can see there's a few growing around in the patch, a few different spots. There's a lot more hiding under there. My Queensland blues do not like Canberra temperatures. They did not do well. The Cants love it. We also have some watermelon. That's a watermelon there. It's got some flowers on it, but no fruit. Over the back, you probably can't see it, but there is some beans growing up there. We're going to do peas on the fence this year instead of growing them in beds. This used to be a strip full of figs, which is where all the fig trees keep coming from. We've ripped them out. We now have a lemon and a lime to go with our mandarin. This is doing nothing because we used it for our winter crop last year. Zucchinis, it is a bit overgrown. We're watering a lot because it's been hot. And of course the weeds like the water too. That is thyme. Right here there used to be a big patch of thyme. We ripped it all out to make way for the veggie garden, and thyme just keeps growing. In between the cracks here, there's more thyme growing down here. I can't seem to stop it. Corn, which has been kind of succession planned. You can see where I had other ones before. Got some other ones coming along. These might be too late, but we wanted to try it out anyway. Corn ready for eating. There's a couple of beetroots hanging around in amongst the weeds here. Again, companion planting, getting in our pollinators to make the crops bigger. And then this is the tomato alley. This was really slow as well. And I think we tried 8 different varieties of tomatoes. So I can't even tell you what they are. But there's different sizes, different shapes, different colors. There are the yellow ones. Oh, they look really nice. Basil pairs really well with tomatoes, so we've got heaps of basil. These are new beds that Ness has been planting. I believe that's salad onions. They only got planted today, so they're looking a bit sad. They'll perk up tomorrow. They will start looking like these ones, which are a mix of garlic and onions. Over here, a completely incidental asparagus. We found one growing there and one growing down the back. We transplanted that one up to here, and they've just kind of taken off. Apparently they're best left for a few years to establish their root system before you harvest, so maybe in a few years, asparagus. This, before it flowered, was garlic chives. Over in the corner where Jerry's walking around, there's a start of a rosemary. More thyme. This one we actually planted amongst the roses instead of it just growing on its own. More thyme. I have a rock melon here. It's a bit hard to see again amongst the weeds. It's probably too late. We're not going to get a rock melon off that, but it's a bit of fun. There's flowering also. That's oregano. Regular chives. And that's pretty much it for the main garden bed. Now, if we quickly do a quick wander sideways, composting system, you've got the worms, compost, another compost, yet another compost, more firewood for camping, more firewood for camping. Gonna make another compost here because we need more compost, things that will become compost. And then we're into the fruit again. I do not know what this is. Apparently there's a pecan on the block somewhere. It could be it, I do not know. This is another loquat tree. Sadly, we're going to have to rip all the loquats out. Turns out in high quantities they're toxic to dogs. Cockatoos love pulling off the fruit and not eating them, and my dogs love eating them. So they got a bit sick this year, so we're gonna rip the tree out. I don't know what I'm gonna put in its place yet. This is a blood orange. We haven't actually got fruit off it yet. It's still growing. It's not that huge, but there is a lot of buds, and hopefully we'll get fruit this year. This was our peach tree. We got a bucket of peaches off this, and there's still some, you can see some dead ones rotting still there. We didn't pick all of them. I don't know what this is either. It's just here. It hasn't fruited or grown anything. This is definitely a cherry. This is definitely a cherry. And this is yet another fig tree, because we need more figs. They just grow. You can't stop them. And that's it. We're right in the back now, so this is the tour of the garden. Okay, one more quick bit. I've just come back up to the courtyard and realised I forgot the stuff up on the veranda. Passion fruit, which we're hoping to train to cover the veranda, and our strawberry tower, because everyone loves strawberries, including the dogs. More passion fruit. So that's it. That is our garden.